Guys, we're going to try this again. A plane crashed during the first time I was recording this video, and then other planes keep flying around super close to the house, which is quite scary since it sounds the same way the plane did. Anyways, I really need to get this done. So I am already in a return. I'm just going to show you a few tips. You need to read over the assignment here. You complete tax return problem 1 at the back of chapter 8, page 8-33 in Tax Act. You're going to add Hawaii state wages and tax withheld, the information I provided right here, when you enter the W-2. You should only have one override. I'll review what overrides mean in a second. You can also go back to our first Tax Act problem and review that first video. And then to submit, you're going to attach your federal and state PDF tax returns, only the actual return, not the invoice and the letters like last time, only the return. And you're also going to type in these amounts, and you can discuss these amounts. You can discuss getting the amounts to know that you're correct with your peers in the forum labeled Tax Act Problem 3. This is not a hard problem. This problem took me maybe 15 minutes to enter. Now, of course, I expect it to take you more, but no, not an incredible amount more. I don't know Tax Act software. I never used Tax Act software before this. They're all different. I'm not a big fan of I learned this way, so you learn too. I never watched a video on how to use any software. That's just like a given in tax. You just kind of figure it out by clicking around. Now, I will say that if I had made, of course I made the step-by-step video for the first project. If I did step-by-step videos for every project, you wouldn't think when you're entering the information. So the whole point, so don't freak out because you have to think a little bit. That's good. That's how you learn it. If you just watched my videos and went step by step, you're not going to learn anything. When you go to do it on your own, you would be like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't have step-by-step instructions. So don't freak out. This is a super simple problem. I'm thinking that, I won't talk about that now. Okay, so you just type in where you can type those answers and attach your PDFs. Now, so I'm going to give you a quick overview. When you come in, you go File, Add Client Return, close the initial pop-ups. Don't worry about those. They're selling you stuff. Now, remember, at first you fill out the basic information, and that's also where you find the healthcare section to check the applicable boxes based on the problem. Be sure to read the problem before you start in here. Now remember, you can start looking around for where you enter stuff. Right here are the forms, and we have informational worksheets, then we have the state planners down here. Or you can just do the tip I gave you, which is always start at Form 1040 and drill down. So you see that informational spot where the healthcare was I just showed you, you need that box checked because that's what this problem says. Now it also says you have a dependent, right? And it gives you their information. And you can see if you tried to type in here, no, we do not want to override. You never override. Instead, you do what's called drill down, and you click this box, open a supporting form. So can we type here? Oh, yes, we can. So this is where we enter the dependent's information. And you need to enter the social security number, date of birth, select the relationship, and dependent type. Now, I think you can read through these and based on the information provided, select one that makes sense. You also need to say the number of months they lived with you, right? As the problem said, presume any missing info based on the info provided. And then the other thing you're going to need to do is read through these criteria down here. You do need to check one of these boxes so that this dependent will show up for the child tax credit. So you need to read those and check one. You do not need to do anything with any other credits, like the problem says. So then we'll go back. That has the dependent done, and you need that checkbox here for that tax credit to populate. Then on down into the meat of the return, you can just drill down. You know you have a W-2, so you don't enter it here, but you drill down. And then you click Add a Copy. And when you come in, you need to be sure to select this W-2 belongs to the husband or the wife. And then enter all of the information provided here. But you also need to go down. You can also enter the employer info that's provided, and then scroll down and be sure to enter the state wages, and state income withheld. Now let's see, the next section we have is rental income, right? So find where rental income is in Schedule E and then drill down. Now we have we have page 1, page 2. The other thing we can do is, of course, go down to Schedule E and take a look at what's here. Rental income, here we go. So we would click here and then come down here. Now this is where we'll start entering our information. We can see if we had rental income reported on 1099 MIS, we would need to drill down. But if we go down to other rental income, which is anything except these specific scenarios, we just enter it here. Then we scroll down and we enter our expenses here. This was a simple situation, right? It wasn't as complex as other situations where it's part rental, part personal. It was pretty straightforward. Now, the one override you need to do is depreciation expense. So this is the only time that you're going to say override value, and it's going to turn red. You should have nothing else red in your organizer. Okay, and so then you just enter your other expenses and you'll come up with your net income or loss. This follows the Schedule E that we covered for rental income minus expenses. And then the net amount down here flows to the main 1040. You should make sure you have your tax credits flowing right and confirm that you have the right amount of income. Now, once you're done entering everything, you're going to make sure you finish entering everything before you do this. Then you come down to state planners, and you're going to do, where's the states? These are the forms. Oops, I didn't open it. State planners, I clicked that little X, so it opens. Here's all our states. So from here, we're going to say Hawaii State Planning, double click it, and this is where we'll be able to, once we click that, it's going to flow our information down here. Now, I didn't enter anything, so I don't have it, but everything should flow, right? So you should make sure you check your itemized deductions. I want you to review that, right? Taxes, and make sure everything's flowing correctly. If something's not flowing correctly, then you want to review it, but this is pretty basic. It's pretty straightforward. So you shouldn't have much trouble, but don't freak out if you have a little bit of trouble. That's great. Go comment in the forum and discuss it, and then come back, make your change, and you'll be done from there. And so once you're finished, we will just we'll print the return or save return as PDF. From these selections, like I said, only the return, so not the cover page, not the billing, not the federal instruction, just federal filing and state filing. Now, it won't let me select state filing because there's not enough information there to file, but when you do it, there will be. Then you say continue, you'll be able to save it, and you'll be done. All right, guys, let me know if you have questions.